Hi, I'm Andrew. Welcome back to Rüniverse. And if you're watching this, you probably have already watched the Thist versus Emery pack opening videos. And if you haven't, go back and watch that. But it is now time to choose the second round of pairings for our booster pack opening tournament series. So let's get started. So here we've got the remaining 6 packs for our tournament. We're going to roll, we don't need this D8 anymore, we're going to roll a D6 now, and the first one will be number 5, the Quam, and the second one will be Ruby. So we're going to have a Ruby versus Quam pairing here, and we'll go ahead and open these. And again, these packs are a little bit older, they've been sitting around for a while, so it's possible you could hit some outdated cards. I'll try to remember to call those out along the way, but let's go ahead and rip open this Quam pack and see what we'll be working with. So I have not opened a ton of these Game Crafter boosters. The first couple went just fine. This one doesn't really want to tear. So I have succumbed to the scissors, as so many are wont to do. Let's see. Oh, and right off the bat, we've got Plosaphodon, a Saf rare. Evolves from Plesioc, the uncommon, so we'll see if we've got that in here, but the Mage Hunter ability and the level 9 means this is a force to be reckoned with. So we'll see this guy in action, I hope, in our tournament. We have Manifest, which is a 2-for-1 card drawing spell that gives you some options for what you grab. And a Star Variant Glimpse, which is the smaller Manifest. It gives you 1 replacement card out of 2 options. Another little fill kit, which I am worried is not going to be worth much in this deck. It's just a level 1. Although it would be ironic if we ended up with the Chlor Bunny in this pack rather than the Emery one that had the Monosum in it. We have the Vanilla level 6 Emery Sorax. Doesn't have any abilities, it's just a level 6 common. We have the Ice Mote, and this is a Quam card in a Quam pack, which means we might be able to use this Ice Exhaustion ability, which can be quite strong. So I'm looking forward to that. And the rare Panzanguru, Relentless, means it can task twice on your turn, and Summoning 3 means it can help evoke creatures. So you can either use it to attack twice, or you can use it to summon twice. So it potentially on its own, it could reduce the cost of this Plosaphodon down to 3, which means you could evoke it without assisting. But then you're giving up these attacks with this guy. So we'll see if that ends up happening. We have the Existentialite, and as of recording this video, no one has discovered the Easter egg on my Existential video that I posted. Basically, this costs 3, but while it's in play, it functions as a level equal to the number of cards in your hand. So more cards equals stronger egg. Here we have a non-star variant Glimpse, a Aquatic Shaman, which has Taunt, which can be nice, and Defensive 2 means it will take 3 damage to dispel this. We have a Star Variant Common Zealous Flarf. When it becomes tasked on your turn, an ally gets level +2. So if you kind of send this in first, your other next attack could be bigger. Ice Feven, after attacks and survives, you can have it become face down Vim for an ally. A little bit hard to use that ability, but oh, this is one of my favorite cards in the game, the Snowmaster. So if you have seen, or if you've opened a starter deck or a Deluxe 8 starter, you've seen all the tokens, and 3 of the tokens are called Snowplay tokens, and you may not have seen what card that goes to, but this is the Snowmaster. This is the guy that's using those Snowplay cards, and he says once per turn my mage can evoke a card from your Snowplay stack. So just by having this guy, your mage gains the ability to play Snowball, Snowbros, and Snowmaniac from outside the game. So that is really hope that we get to see this guy in action on camera. And here is the Chlor Bunny for the ultimate rub-ins against the Emery pack, because they actually do have this middle form. But that means we might get to trigger the evolution lore ability on the fill kit, so that would be cool. Even if we can't see it in Emery deck, we can see it with the Quam deck, I hope. So it's got fill kit evolve, which means it does evolve from fill kit, and it has regenerate aura. Says my allies and I have regenerate, which means after they're in attack, they heal. So if you have multiple attacks with the 1 creature per turn, they get to heal in between each one, which is nice because then they aren't potentially going to die from their second attack. At least that makes it less likely. So that actually could work well with the Panzanguru, who is relentless. So he can actually do 2 attacks, and healing in between is always nice. Here's the Panzin Prodigy. Before I attack, draw a card, and I get L+1 this turn. So it's level 3 cost, but attacks as a 4, and you draw a card. Very nice. We have the Cooperative Wildlight, which is the Unity ability, and Wildlight Evolve, of course. Here's the Plathyrus. So we have the Plosaphodon here, right? But do we have Plesiok in this pack? I guess that'll be the question. If we can ever complete an evolution chain, that would be amazing. But this is very basic common. Even if it's by itself, it will be fine. And we have, actually we do have the full set of Panzin, even though they don't evolve from each other. But we do have the Prodigy and the Guru. And then here's the Scrying Panzin, the level 1 common that replaces itself if evoked by a Force 8 mage. So hopefully we'll be able to pull that off. All right, and that is the Quam pack. Not bad. Let's go ahead and pull that Panzin. Actually, let's put Snowmaster on the top there. I like looking at him. That'll be cool. Hopefully again, I would love to see Snowplay in action. So I'm planning to do a single elimination tournament. So it's definitely possible we will not get to see all these cards in action, but hopefully we'll see, some of the cooler stuff. And right off the bat, in Ruby, we've got a Fist Rare, the Aviaphant, and this is one of the cards that has been updated. So if you're able to make out the tiny text on this card here, you can compare that to the pop-up that I'm putting on the screen, and you can see some of the differences. But this card has gotten a buff here, so you can see the updated version on screen there. Here's Grumbear, the uncommon, has Taunt and level +1, very basic, straightforward, little 3 costs, level 4 Taunter. The Three-Tail Fox beefs up your attack spells, so we'll see how many attack spells we get in this pack for the Three-Tail Fox to help out with. Star variant Rex Imp is level 2 cost, but attacks as a level 5 with the aggressive 3 ability. We have Aggressive Urge, which gives aggressive 3 to a creature as Vim, which is very nice. The common Yanpi Supporter can help its allies attack without taking damage. And we've got a Plosaphodon, which is completely wrong. So this is exciting. I wonder which pack these cards came from. I'm going to take these upside down cards because I've got a sneaking suspicion we are going to need them later on when we open up our Saf pack, that these cards belonged, or rather, these cards look like they came from a Quam pack. So I'm not sure what, this has been a little bit of a Game Crafter error here, so I'm not sure what packs these were meant to be in. So I'm going to go ahead and set those aside. Let's count the cards. So we're left with 18 cards here. So after those 3 have been set aside, this is the correct number of cards. So we'll go ahead, we'll move forward. Here we've got a Star variant Burning Dragon. Kind of a shame that was sitting on screen while we worked out that problem. Took away some of the excitement from popping this guy into view, but that is a really cool looking Burning Dragon, this Star variant rare here. It can potentially make multiple attacks per turn. This one would love to have Chlor Bunny in play to be able to regenerate in between each attack. That would be great, but it's a different deck. So here's a Star variant Flarager, very cool looking card. I don't know if we'll get any Kittles but for it to evolve from, but just having Deft is pretty nice. We have another non-Star variant Rex Imp here. Pentarruption's a level 5 spell uncommon that can attack for 5 divided as you choose. This card actually has been updated, so again you'll see that on screen there, but it just adds a little bit clause that this card can ignore guarding, which actually functionally the ability is a little bit confusing, but the ignore guard ability allows it to make a little bit more sense during gameplay. Here is Rage Moat. If evoked by a mage with a Rage focus, it untasks. So it basically is like a haste creature for a Magic the Gathering analog here, but it's a basic level 3 with possibly haste. We got a level 1 Storm Feven that can be used to reduce enemy mage's power. Rift Burn's a cool rare that you can attach to an enemy location basically, and it starts shooting their creatures each turn. Yan Flayer, uncommon, costs 3, but it's level 4, and it can't be chosen for opposing spells and effects. And it's got one of my favorite flavor texts, actually. It says, extensive yanthropological studies concluded that these creatures originated in a child's nightmare and ether shaped themselves through pure force of will. It's kind of interesting to think that a creature from a kid's imagination brought itself into existence. We've got an uncommon Burning Stare. Take away all your opponent's guarding stuff and just go in for the win. So it's a powerful uncommon sometimes, and sometimes pretty useless. But that's the way of things. We got a second copy of Aggressive Urge. We got a common Variable from this. Unfortunately, with our Ruby deck, we won't be evoking it by a mage with a Chaos Focus, so we're not going to get to do the fun part, but it's just a basic level 1 attack spell. And another copy of Rage Moat. So definitely say this Star variant Burning Dragon deserves to go onto the top of the stack. We also got our rares, our Aviaphant, which again will be updated to the newest version, and the Rift Burn. So hopefully we can see some of these cool cards in action during the tournament. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next set of pairings.